Jason Faulkner. It's another day. It's Wednesday, January 3rd at 7:13. I've been up since 5:15, somewhere in there. I woke up, had some coffee, started reinserting myself in my business interest and thoughts and creativity of propelling me further to success. And I wanted to make a video to put on YouTube for further advancement into meeting my goals of success in my business endeavors. And I'm just thinking around of keyword generation and manipulating my YouTube videos with the missing information that'll get it out to more people. Having talked to another guy yesterday evening that was previously aware of my endeavors briefly through minor conversation. And me being brazen enough to even go as far as to ask that guy, a stranger basically, would he know much about keyword optimization, because he mentioned that in our discussion. I don't feel it's very important. I mean, the controlling factors that siphon this information around and filter it and apply it to the general public's interest, there's always going to be a limiting factor there. Because basically, when it all boils off of the situation, when you're getting services from wherever for whatever, their interests are going to be limited to a point to where they have no more further intention of leaning a shoulder, so to say, further into your private interest to propel you further that you can reach. If you are lucky and work hard enough at it and are persistent enough to, I guess, figure it out for yourself. I don't know. So I've come up with two prime goals at this point and succeed in my business. One is to acquire financing to get my products manufactured and out to the public. And the second is location. Where do I want this done at, really? What part of the world do I want this done at? And I live right next door to Morristown, Tennessee. And they are really amping up the investment in that town. It's a super boom town. I've seen other cities and towns do this. Knoxville, in the past 10, 15 years, has done this. Down in Florida, there's some places that have done this. Gainesville, Florida, it's doubled its size. Morristown, Tennessee, which is right by me, I've lived here 16 years, and they're underway of doing this themselves. All it is successful financiers that build up a community and profit from it, directly or indirectly. So I've come to the conclusion, and my offers I've presented, I was willing and still am willing, if I have to compromise, to work with partnerships wherever I can get it. But it would be pretty damn foolish of me not to try to focus and capitalize on what's happening right here, because I live here, obviously. It would be very convenient for me if I secured my roots, my business roots, in this town that is really growing. It's going to double in size. It already is a quarter double. It's already quartered its size up. But they'll keep doing it until it's doubled its size. I've seen the trend of this. I know how they work. They're going to double the size of Morristown, Tennessee. They're well underway of doing it. Every indication's there. They have the land to do it with. They've laid their interest down to accomplish that already. New college, new shopping centers, whatever. So I want to get my business established in Morristown, Tennessee. That I would like. I know that. I see it now. It would be convenient and good business on my part to accomplish that. Say what you will of it, but being creative to get business interests, now that is the kicker, because most of these people that are already successful, they have ingrained in their heritage and in their own success the intricate, in, the fine hairs of what accumulated to make them successful. All the ingrained development of their own social success is already there. And anything that's put on their plate above that is sort of mediocre to them, I think. You know, we were, I was, brought up in a world full of misinformation. And I've been picking my way through all this, organizing my own life, because once I discovered that I want to pursue success and I am talented and innovative, that's just all stuff on the surface. When you got to pick through your own life when you're serious about this and figure things out in those depths, those intricacies, and you know, you think that you're going to build an impressive this or that, and they've already got a society devoted to going to college, and the cookie cutter lifetime concept of educating yourself in an institution, living your life institutionalized, and and barring any influence outside what you know of that realm that has provided you your success. Anything that I would try to pile on their plate above that is sort of a shock to them. It's sort of like a saline. How much salt do they want to burden in their life, because they already have a plate full of sweet life that they're living, and that makes it tough. They have their business indoctrinations and all their planning and their government interactions and ties and their social interaction and ties. And no matter how great an ideal you got, believe me, that's all cloudy stuff, because I'm coming in from an approach loaded with misinformation. You got to optimize your search engine SEOs, and you got to learn all this technocrat stuff, and you got to drown your life with false pursuits of what you think you're supposed to know, and they want you to think that you're supposed to know this stuff. But underneath all that, there's another fluidness that moves smooth and effortless, that is the real issue and the real pursuits that get you further than trying to reach all out around and grasp at all these misinformations that they themselves have built into this to stymie outsiders' efforts. And that's the situation here. I've got some great products that I innovated and spent years pursuing, and I want to bring it to fruition. I want to succeed. I want success. So here's what I've come up with. I need to come up with the right approach to present to you people out there a creativity that makes it appealing to you. So here's what I need. I need $1 million up front, $1 million, and I'm willing to settle and repay that million in royalties, low percentage royalties. I know that if I want anything over the microscopic amount, anything over that, it's just like a salt shock to anyone that sees it, because most of these people that can help me make it happen, like I said, their plate's already full of sweetness and happy thoughts, and their futures are secure. So anything above my little minuscule desires would be a shock to them, and it would turn them off. They wouldn't want that on their plate. So here's what I need to do, and I want to establish myself in Morristown, Tennessee. I know this now. I would like to, and that's not concrete, you know. I have to take it wherever I can get it. I'm aware of that. I might wind up partnered with people in China. That's fine too. You know, they're very successful. They make good products. All the political humors aside, which I have learned, you know, I've been bittered repeatedly through thinking about all these social issues in life, and I'm not even worried about any of that anymore. Time draws on, and I'm at a point to where time has drawn me away from the importance of those issues that I used to think about to these new issues where I want to be. So even though as important to some of you as some of this stuff is, hey, whatever. You know, this ain't my problem. My problem is my success here and now. I don't owe any allegiance to anything at this point. That's my feeling of it. And they say you get what you give and you give what you get, you know, and there it is. I'm pretty narrow-minded right now, what I need to do. So here's my conclusion that I need to present to the public. The information, not all this grabby misinformation. What's going to sweeten their plate and put a smile on their face when they see this video? And here it is. It's simple. My $1 million that I'm asking for up front, and those small 20-cent per item royalties that get manufactured and sold, 20 cents per item is all I want out of anything that I have influenced to be manufactured and sold to the public. 20 cents per item on these items that I'm wanting to get my foundation started and built up to success. There will be other things that I will be able to finance for myself that I will hold 100% control because I'll have the money to pursue those agendas later. That's not my point now. My point is I've got a bunch of items that I don't care if I only get paid 20 cents off each item no matter what they're sold for, because those 20 cents are going to keep accruing my personal wealth beyond my years and into the future, probably generations. That's cool. I'm good with that. So I need to focus on success. So here it is. I need $1 million up front, but that $1 million is going to be invested into this business in Morristown, Tennessee, to manufacture my shopping bag holders. That's it. I need $1 million up front, and I have basically 100% of profit to offer someone, except for 20 cents off each item. Once that $1 million funding has been reabsorbed at 20 cents an item that gets sold and plowed back into paying back that $1 million, someone out there, or a group of people, even a co-op, an economic, a member economic investment, a cooperative, you know, to where if it takes 10 people that have enough money to accumulate my $1 million for me to get this off the ground, that's fine with me. Because as long as I have my royalties coming in, cool. And these shopping bag holders are tangible enough to really flood the marketplace, you know, globally. Even they're original, they're my sole proprietorship, you know, my innovation, my intellectual property. So I can offer someone 99.80% of profits off this endeavor, aside from what it takes to continually run the company, or, you know, some some aspects are going to have to be refined to make it appealing to people. You know, a company's got to be ran, you know, it's going to have continuous cost of operation. But the $1 million that I want up front would best be used at this point instead of what I had previously thought and advertised in my videos, which is still a possibility. You know, I don't know what will go. Maybe there's already an existing company that has room to manufacture an additional product. Yeah, I never know who's going to approach me with what deal. I know this: I won't be flexible with $1 million. But if I had to spend $1 million to succeed, I would, and start getting my 20-cent royalties. So, you know, I need $1 million up front either way. That's an indicator of my success. But in doing so, I would have to have concessions in this new manufacturing facility to where I get to obtain 20% of its allocation, a corner of it, you know, or a corner of time allotted within that structure to build and develop and innovate my other products. I think that's a great ideal. So I have work carts, bird baths, bird feeders. I've got a plethora of other stuff that I can manufacture with the utilization of the extra labor and facility and shipping. Obviously, there will be some trucking involved. So, you know, out of that $1 million, it's going to have to purchase an over-the-road rig or you know, a fund set aside for shipping, UPS, whatever, you know, some sort of insertion of shippability, which I keep foremost in my mind nowadays when I manufacture stuff, because after my work barrels and the limitations of the shippability of those for a guy with nothing versus a guy that has incorporated infrastructure and has all these other tangible assets at my disposal that I own. And, you know, getting this off the ground with my shopping bag holders is the key. I'm positive of that. That's a very desirable, fun, usable product that could guarantee long-term cooperation, business cooperation, and interest to propel me into these other situations that I can manipulate for my on my own behalf for my utilization. So I would be willing to invest $1 million up front that I'm seeking in Morristown, Tennessee, to get this off the ground, because, you know, it's a growing community and it's a sweet spot, that's for sure, and it's convenient for me. It's centrally located in our own country, so in East Tennessee. And there'll be a lot of business interest see this video now, because I'm calling out the name of the area and specifics of what I hope to achieve. So, you know, there will be, if I'd be willing to take my $1 million that I'm willing to divulge my intellectual property into a very tangible product, relinquish the rights to it except 20 cents per unit sold, which is minimalistic. You know, that's like accruing wealth 20 cents at a time. That's what it is. And that's fine with me, because this is such a unique product. I can foresee it producing good wealth, steady wealth for years, way into the future. So that's cool. But I want use of this facility that gets either rented, leased, or built on its own foundation, whatever. A 20% utilization for my behalf to manufacture my other stuff and ship it out, you know, through our labor force that will be built up, and whoever out there, these unknown people, will be profiting the lion's share of the main product, which is the shopping bag holders. And I would need and require a 20% utilization of that structure from focused on my own benefit, to manufacture and develop my other stuff. My folding travel cart, my aluminum work or sports cart, my fishing cart, which is the same, just reconfigured, plus exploratory development on my own behalf of my own future products, such as an electric rod and reel that I've been thinking about, that I know I can accomplish and would be very desirable and competitive in that arena too. So there it is. I'm looking for $1 million, and out of that, build a business foundation and manufacturing platform in Morristown, Tennessee, and start kicking it out, these shopping bag holders and the stands for them. And pursuit of my own interest off to the side of these other items. That's an aspect, that's a feasible angle that I need to mention, and that's important to put out there to people. And here it is. There's the information, I'm willing to do that. That's their investment, getting reinvested on getting this manufactured, Check out my other videos. They're there. You'll see glimpses of all the stuff I talked about, the work barrels, tables, the folding cart, the shopping bag holders, of course. They're so utilitarian sensible. Every time I use one, I'm blown away. I'm like, wow. I've never had this much pleasure using a plastic shopping bag, a disposable shopping bag, and it does what it does, It holds the bag open and in place or wherever you want it, on end, in hand, on hook, or on the stand. It's fun, friendly, and sensible. It makes something that was overlooked in society and a useful item that people neglected. They bring their plastic shopping bags home and they either put them in their little garbage cans or they just immediately throw them in their garbage cans. But, a bag full of bags is very handy in the home. Believe me. And it's like a free asset. And throughout your day, as you have these products laying around, my shopping bag holders, you start relying on it more and more like a table. If you have a table and you like it, you're going to want to set something on it. If it's the right height, you're drawn to it. Or if you're in the kitchen and you're doing your work and you've learned that this shopping bag holder sits on end or on the stand or on a hook hanging on the wall there, and you have a bag loaded into it, you're more prone to grab that than bend over and grab the garbage can and set it up on your counter off the floor. Now you got dirt off the floor on your counter from your garbage can or the muck, whatever's in it. Do you really want that setting up on your counter, your kitchen counter? Or do you want to grab this shopping bag holder off the hook on the wall or on its attractive stand and throw your kitchen scraps in it? Or your lunch, if you're packing your lunch. I love packing things around in these plastic bags. They're convenient and handy, but it's a frustration if you don't have a holder. If you have a loose shopping bag sitting on the table, it's a fight to stick whatever you want back into a used shopping bag. I've been through it 1,000,000 times. It frustrates you. That's why I built this. I got tired of being frustrated using. I knew the necessity in my life of these bags long ago. Being of limited income, I learned, hey, I've got something I can carry stuff from in the house out to my building, out to my shop, to my car. If I want to pack a lunch, I'm going to grab these free bags that I've learned to hoard and to keep around. They're just handy. If you're moving, packing, traveling, a lot of us grab these used shopping bags we brought home. Well, now we have a holder for them, and that makes it so much more pleasant it puts a smile on my face. I have these laying all around now, these holders. I have them out in my shop, in my home, and most of them loaded with a bag already sitting on it because it holds the bag firmly, and then you can move it wherever you want without the bag falling off. It'll hold, and if you want to double bag it or triple bag it, you can put 3 or 4 bags on the holder and it'll hold them in place. So, if you have something heavy you want to throw in the bag, it's already loaded with so many bags too. Double bag, triple bag, quadruple bag even. I did that just yesterday. I was at Walmart and, brand new bags. I quadruple bagged some of the stuff. It was so heavy that I shoved in the bag because I didn't want it to rip open and my stuff to go out. But my point is, the shopping bag holder is very convenient, and with it around in your household, you'll learn its value and sensibilities like I have. And just yesterday, I was out in my shop. I had some debris from my work. I was like, well, let's find one that has a bag already in it. And I did. I had one sitting right there, and I was like, man, this is so easy from what I used to have to struggle to do to find a container to put garbage in or something. I want to carry a lot of small things in something. I'm going to grab a bag even without a holder because most people don't have boxes sitting around. So what are you going to really grab? Something convenient. What comes to mind? I know what you're all thinking. A plastic shopping bag. Yep, there's millions and millions and millions of people that do it. I know this. Now we have a shopping bag holder, and I innovated it. So, a portable one. And I'm looking to get this going. So, my name's Jason Faulkner. Now, I shut off my other videos so I can look up the word that I saved, that I used earlier in another video. So, I'm going to go to PhotoPlay, which I have a lifetime membership to now. And I'm going to splice these 2 videos as one. And I'm going to upload it on YouTube to see what happens. Hope to hear from some interest out there. I hope you like my new aspect that I've thought of. I was on Craigslist in a forum last night, and, I've been persistently posting my links on there and videos on YouTube, and someone finally said, you don't have to use the full link. You can just clip and paste part of it to get to the video without the tracking fob information. And I questioned them. I said, which I never got an answer. I said, but they're providing me a full complementary tool in a clickable link. Why would I want to alter that? There must be some reason. And I said, there's either 3 things happening from your interaction that you just did with me, informing me that I can still present these videos to people, but without the tracking information. I said, what would I gain or win or lose from removing part of the tool that they provided me? Even if it is tracking information, it might be doing some vital thing like informing them that they have a user that's succeeding in doing something serious. So I said, either you're sincere and I will get some benefit out of altering this link that they provided me and using it in an alternate mode that doesn't have the tracking information. How is that benefiting me? Am I being harmed by a tracking incorporated into my links, or am I benefiting from it? Or the third option, are you just offering a trick that you knew that can still pull my videos up as I share it, but you yourself aren't informed that I might be getting a benefit from that extra tracking information per video link? They never wrote back, so I'm assuming they were just trying to sabotage me. That was one of the 3 options, either I'm going to be benefited from it, which by them including the tracking information in a link, they know, and it's somehow sabotaging my efforts, or you just don't know fully what you're talking about. You're just sharing a trick that you knew, which really doesn't matter, or you're sabotaging me, trying to. So I'm just leaving my links with the tracking information. I could care less. There's my antidote, and I hope to hear from you. If you're a business interest or you have $1 million that you want to invest and make some very sweet returns, remember, all I want is that little 20 cents off each unit sold. That's minimalistic. I can do that because I have other products, and I don't know how I would, I'm going to be losing $1 million up front, but off that million, I will see results. I will be established in Morristown, Tennessee, and my products will start going out, and my 20% utilization of that infrastructure for my own pursuits and developments and insertion of my other products into the public, piggybacked through our business entity, would be pretty sweet on my part. That's an open door wealth for me to explore and utilize. So I'd be willing to do that. I appreciate your time. Have a good day. I hope we have a beautiful day. And I think this is a great start to 2024 myself. Jason Faulkner. I'm losing my voice, and I'm got a fresh pot of coffee just brewed, so I'm going to redo my coffee. And the morning's getting on. It's 7:46, so I'll edit these two together, get them on, see what happens. Thank you for your time. If you have any information that might secure my further business interest, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a message, give me a call. My phone number is all over my videos, or whatever. Maybe you see things different to where I can get my $1 million and still succeed in all these things. I'd be willing to do that. I would be willing to divulge my other intellectual properties and my work carts, my work barrels, bird feeders, bird baths. Also, if I get to keep the $1 million up front, and I get 20 cents per item off any of that stuff. That's even more wealth for me, more wealth for you. I'm good either way, I'm just thinking of creative options to get it going. I don't want to be out here forever grabbing at misinformation. That makes me look unintelligent, and that probably withholds my efforts even further. So I'm open-minded. I'd love to see this happen this year, in some aspect. So the video's coming on. Thank you. Bye.